by Bleach.
Hello, everyone. We are live.
Yay!
We've made it another week.
Woo!
Let's check out everyone in the chat here. Hello, Cool Daddy. It's time now. Katie, good to see you.
Yes.
Jack. Yes, we are live.
Yep.
Let's let everyone join in here. Hope everyone's having a good week. I know a few places are starting to slowly reopen.
Yeah.
Big John, hello from up north.
Hello.
Claude, Rodney, Nellis, Michael, all our usual suspects are here. Welcome, everyone, to Early Night Live, the #1 theme park live stream in the world. I'm Banks.
I'm Ava.
I'm Kat.
And it's just going to be a chill week this week. We're gonna A, some of your cues. So if you got any questions, let them in. We're just gonna, take it easy. We got a big week planned next week, potentially. So that's all I'm gonna say. So we're gonna take it easy this week. Sydney, hello out in the other room.
Hi, Sydney.
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Cool Daddy, Michael B. No, unfortunately, we're not going to be part of the Spokesman live stream this time, but it's for a good cause, guys. So go give them some support over there. All right, let's get right into it. So I'm sure Ava, Kat, have y'all heard? City Walk potentially starting slowly to reopen starting on Monday with a few stores opening up. What do you think?
I mean, I texted we have a little group chat, and I texted, and then I said, beep, 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 twosomes, everyone. So I went full Miss Frizzle about it. I mean, it seems like I think it's, everyone's trying to find ways to kind of go back to like a normal, and obviously they're going to take safety precautions, and I think everyone just wants to try their best. So
right.
I don't know if I'll go right when they first open. I'm like may wait a few weeks to like a month before I personally go, but I am very excited to see like them try to like start to reopen everything, and hopefully it continues to progress from there. What about you, Abe?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Bang.
Eyeballs. Trying to figure. There we go. Yeah. As long as they're safe about it, I'm certainly not going to go until probably June or later.
Right.
But that's just me.
And right now everything's not officially announced by Universal yet. This is all based on reports we're hearing from team members and employees of certain restaurants like Margaritaville, Starbucks, saying that they're scheduled to be in there on Monday for limited hours. So and it's not just one place, several places, Twosomes, Starbucks, Margaritaville, like I said. So it's looking like they're going to do some limited openings starting Monday at City Walk. No word yet on Disney Springs yet, but and even Toothsomes is only going to be the dessert area. That's it, not even the restaurant itself. So you probably won't see any characters for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. And Florida's on a phase 1 opening right now, so restaurants are allowed to open dine-in with very limited capacity and tables set apart 6 feet or more. So it's, a lot of places they need to be able to reopen to start making some money they've lost, especially smaller businesses. So we're going to see this happening. I don't necessarily think everyone should go rushing out all at once, because that's not the point. But we're going to be there. I won't personally be there, but someone from our Attraction Magazine team will probably be out at City Walk covering it for the news, because it is a newsworthy opening. So we'll be out there to post about it, and we'll of course maintain all safe distances. We'll wear masks at all times, be as safe as possible while we're reporting the news. But you will see us out and about when things start reopening. So it is what it is. We'll just see what happens, and hopefully it doesn't cause the curve to rise back up again. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, the official thing is that Shanghai is opening on Monday, on May 11th for sure. They're going to be limited to I think they said 25% capacity. They have already put down a bunch of things on the ground so that people waiting in line have to wait 6 feet apart. Masks are, I believe they said, are required. There's going to be temperature checks. So they got a whole lot of protocols in place for guests visiting. So it's actually a good indication of what we might see once our parks start opening. But just because theirs is opening on Monday, don't expect ours to open anytime soon. They closed back in January. We closed back in March. So we probably still got a little time before we open.
I think that's good, I don't think Disney counts as one of the smaller companies that is in dire need of reopening immediately.
Right. Did you see the numbers, though, of how much Disney has lost as a company?
No.
1.2 billion with a B.
Yikes. Well, I guarantee they can make that back.
They'll make it back. It's definitely going to affect the future of the parks. A lot of the budget is going to get cut, and they've even said, I think they've given numbers. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they've given numbers on how much is going to get cut for the rest of 2020 and then 2021 in terms of what they're going to spend on the parks, which means we're going to see a 50th anniversary for Walt Disney World next year. That's just going to be a cupcake and a song of happy birthday, nothing else.
Basically,
birthdays myself. Sometimes it just be like that.
Like that. Gotta commit to a bit.
Exactly. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cuts in terms of the overhaul of Epcot. I guarantee you we're probably not going to see that giant 3-story structure that has been prominent in a lot of the concept art. I think that's probably going to be gone. They're probably going to have to do something else now with the money they've lost. We'll have to see.
Didn't they announce, sorry, not to interrupt, but didn't they announce that they were going to have like Moana's water thingy? Like,
yeah, I mean, just because they announce it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, that one's an easy thing to still build because it is just trees and water and things like that. It's not like a full-blown attraction. It's just a walkthrough. But I mean, there's been many times where Disney's announced things and then it just doesn't come through. If you remember Hyperion Wharf, I don't know if y'all remember that name. Yeah. That was supposed to be the Pleasure Island replacement before it became Disney Springs. And they had concept art and everything for that.
I mean, it's just so crazy. Like, it's just like, it's so weird to think about how everything just kind of like turned over like so quick.
So we're steaming tower now, huh? Can't even think about it now.
We're chatting here, and I'm missing so much in the comments here. So let me get.
I know I have the chat up on my phone over here, and I'm like, we're so caught up in conversation. I just see the chat keep going, and I'm like, ah.
Ava, where's the cat?
She's actually over here. She's actually not feeling too good right now.
Oh no!
If you see my arm is kind of out like this, it's because I'm petting her over here on the couch.
Understandable. Okay, so what do we think about this? Hello.
Fuck.
Karen Gillan, possibly the new lead in the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. What do we think?
Ava, take it.
I saw that. I think that she would be a perfect Red if they wanted to bring her into the Pirates of the Caribbean universe. Mm-hmm. Karen is a very talented actress, so I'm okay with that. I don't know what it would be about if it wasn't Red. Like, I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's not going to be like Jackie Sparrow. It's going to be a completely different thing.
Because at the end, okay, so I know a lot of people probably did not see the 5th movie, but I sure did. I did. Yes, I love that franchise more than anything. So I saw it, and it had a very ambiguous ending. Because it had the ending, and then if you stayed for the after credits because you are crazy like me, you would see that they kind of left something open for a continuation of a story surrounding Will Turner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, is Orlando Bloom gonna come back?
I mean, but if it's a reboot, it could be just a completely different story that has nothing to do with.
If it's a reboot with a completely different story, like nothing connected, I wouldn't call it Pirates of the Caribbean. Like personally, like it might be, and like that might be what they're doing, but I wouldn't call it Pirates of the, because I don't think it's Pirates of the Caribbean without.
True. Maybe they like mention like maybe like someone in a bar mentions stories of Jack Sparrow, and that's the only reference you get, or something like that.
I would see that more as a spin-off than a reboot, and therefore I wouldn't call it Pirates of the Caribbean. You know?
Right.
It's kind of like how when like there's a spin-off of a show, for example, I'll use like the Vampire Diaries. They didn't call the originals the Vampire Diaries 6, you know? It was a completely different name. So I think if they wanted to do that, I would name it something different. But either way, I do love Karen Gillan. She's a fantastic actress, and I would love to see her play Red. I think that would be really, really cool. And since she's in the ride, I think that would make sense then to call it Pirates of the Caribbean.
I would like that. I'd like to see that. Let's see. Real quick here. Brian wants to know how we think Horror Nights is going to work out. Honestly, I don't know. This could be a completely different kind of Horror Nights this year. I guarantee you, it's probably going to be some difference.
Yeah, I feel like they'll definitely change the way that the lines are done.
Yeah. Like Sydney, yes, I want Earl too. Earl is right next to an old bus loop. They could always do like a pickup service. Just pull into there and pick it up. Rodney says, "Cat with the Mother Gothel hairdo."
She Mother Gothel herself liked my tweet yesterday. I'm good. Donna Murphy liked one of my tweets, and I'm like, oh. So I'll gladly take a Mother Gothel look-alike. Hire me.
Plexiglass for the characters. In Horror Nights. Like in I guess when you're walking through, there's some clear plexiglass between you and the characters, so there's definitely not going to be any touching. Or even like sneezing on people.
Yeah, but that would be if they the one concern I have is like, you know, we're very concerned about, you know, the coughing, the sneezing, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when you go out, you have to wear a mask. I mean, of course, we don't know what it's going to be like a few months from now when Horror Nights season starts, but like if we're still very concerned about those things, like is Universal going to make it a requirement to wear a mask, like for when you go into the parks? And if not, and even if they do, like, you know, with Shanghai, they're talking about how they're going to constantly like sanitize everything like over and over and over again. So how do you sanitize a house?
And plus you can't have the Congo lines anymore. If you have to keep people distant, you're going to have to pulsate them in small groups. It's going to be interesting to see how logistics work out with Horror Nights. We're still a few months away from that, but it's interesting to think about.
Definitely have some things different. I'm a little confused by the plexiglass because
I don't know.
I don't know if that would interfere with the actors, you know, jumping.
I mean, they could bang on the glass and make noise and like scare you and like pop up and like, you know, they could like smear like
I've never been through a house, so I don't know how they work. So I really am not the best person.
I mean, I never been to Horror Nights, but just assuming from like stuff I've heard about haunted houses and stuff like that, that would make sense. Mm-hmm. Like they could still find ways to scare you. Like they could put like, the thing is though, you would have to then also make sure no one's coughing, because they could do fog machines to kind of like make the area kind of smoky looking. That way you couldn't really see where the plexiglass was. Right. And they can put it in very weird spots throughout the houses and have like scare actors come and like bang up against the glass and, like I said, smear things or whatever, to where it still makes you feel very disoriented. So that way you would get scared. But like, it's one of those things where it can only go so many ways. Like Universal will come up with the best ideas, but
Rodney, yes, no worries. Tron, I guarantee you. So Tron, Ratatouille, and Guardians, I think will be safe because they're already well under construction. Ratatouille's almost open. Tron is very far along. Its track is complete, so they still got a lot of interior work to go. And Guardians, that whole building is complete on the outside. They still got the inside to work on, but those are still well underway. Those will still happen for sure. It's things like just what they're going to do around Epcot with the whole new Future World areas, like the giant festival center. Maybe that might get cuts. We could see some cuts from the Spaceship Earth redo that was supposed to happen. We may not even see the Mary Poppins attraction happen anymore. Who knows? They could just cut that all together because they haven't even started clearing land for that. So they could just be like, I guess we're not going to do it anymore.
That's not in the
budget. Who knows? Sydney gets a good point. If you remember, when New Fantasyland was first announced, they had a Pixie Hollow land, and that got completely taken out for Storybook Circus.
I'd rather have Pixie Hollow. Can we go back in time real quick? Just,
the lesson here is that none of us know what's going to happen, and I doubt that they even know what they're going to do.
Yeah. Like I said, this is all just speculation until we officially hear something from Disney or Universal or any other theme park. But Steve has a question about if the parks are operating at 25%, how do they determine who gets in? What I think they're doing in Shanghai, and I know that they're doing, the Six Flags has said they're going to do, are reservation systems. So if you want to visit the park, you have to reserve the day and time you want to come visit. You can't just show up and get in. You have to reserve ahead of time. So we'll see how that works out in Shanghai, and then see if they implement that stateside with the Disney parks. The Six Flags says they want to use that system. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, I want to go to Disney. Is Thursday open? Oh, I can't go Thursday.
That would be interesting. I mean, it would be a good way to keep crowds down if they did something like that.
Yeah, it's a way to really make sure that you're only letting 25% in, and you're not forming a bunch of people outside trying to get in when you tell them ahead of time, hey, no, there's reservations, you can't just come day of.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things too, because Six Flags, no offense to Six Flags, isn't as big as Disney or Universal.
No, in terms of size, yeah, no, but a lot of the Six Flags parks in their areas are very popular and can get extremely busy especially because, they have some up in New England and things like that are nowhere near the big Disney Universal parks. So they are popular in their own little geographic areas. Exactly. Let's see here. I'm way behind on the chat here. Ooh, what do you think? If Karen plays Red, should it be the current Red or the past version? Current. The bad B version, bad A version.
I just wonder if they would redo the ride again to have it be more, if they did make it more red. You know what I mean?
I don't think they would need to, because you have the new updated Red in there anyway. I don't think they need to update the story of the attraction.
Yeah, because there's not really any of Red's story in the attraction, so they can do whatever they want as long as she's a pirate.
Right. Florida Joey Kahn has a good question. Streetmosphere.
That's the scary part for me.
You can't really do Streetmosphere if you're trying to stay socially distant because they're out in the middle of the streets. They're not on a theater stage.
No.
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
Well, so unless they make them wear masks and stand 6 feet apart and do their skits and stuff, but it wouldn't work. I mean, could you picture Evie Starlight with a face mask on? Actually, if they made it look like her costume and bedazzled it, then I think she'd be okay with it. But
it's hard to talk in those through a mask,
True.
I don't think it would.
Just go through the chat. If y'all have anything you want to talk about while I'm trying to find some comments here.
Quick, Ava, stall.
Bailey, sorry you can't stay. We love you, Bailey.
Hey. Animal Crossing.
Ava, talk about Teen Wolf.
Oh God. Jared, yes. So, what year was it? It was D23 Expo 2009. Was because every 2 years, D23 Expo 2009, the year they officially announced New Fantasyland. If you go back in the archives online, when you see the official announcement, it was supposed to be Pixie Hollow, as well as there was supposed to be a Cinderella house and a Aurora house that you could go to that got replaced by Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So the New Fantasyland that was announced is actually really completely different than the one that we eventually got. There were a lot of cuts.
Hey, shout out to those tangled bathroom areas. Am I right?
Oh my God.
I demand we all go back in time real quick and change some of these things.
Well, that's what I remember. I think the big thing why they made those cuts, one, for budget reasons, but two, because a lot of people thought that the New Fantasyland that was first announced was geared too much toward girls. Because with Pixie Hollow, the Cinderella house, the Aurora house, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, boys weren't really represented very well. So that's why they cut Cinderella, Aurora's house, and Pixie Hollow and replaced it with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Storybook Circus.
I mean, I don't know if circus theme would be the way to go.
I don't know if the circus theme is the best. I have my own problems with the fact that boys aren't allowed to, like princesses or.
Right. And then the Aurora house was supposed to be like one of the, like a story time with Belle, where you're making cards for Aurora's birthday, and the boys could take part and be, knights and princesses and princes. And it was supposed to be really, really cool and interactive, but for some reason or another,
boys are allowed to like princesses.
Yeah. No, I wholeheartedly agree. Whether it was budget or that, it's up in the air.
So much is going. Do I see something about Zendaya?
Favorite ice cream flavor, Florian.
What is that?
That's the ice cream place in Diagon Alley.
Oh, okay. I don't know names. I like. I mean, I'm not really supposed to have ice cream, but I do. I like the tea one, the lavender Earl Grey one. I think it's that one, and then I like the one that you recommended. I try the chocolate chili. Yeah, I love the chocolate chili.
Because I love the butterbeer ice cream because you can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, not even in Hogsmeade you can't get it. You can literally only get it there. So, like, I really love it, and it tastes really good. But I really love ice cream, and I really love mint. And they do have a mint. It's very good also. I guess I'll go with the butterbeer since it's, like, the only place you can get it.
Yeah, butterbeer and chocolate chili for sure. If reservations are required to get in, like Shanghai, the annual pass would have to be extended for the full length of the time reservation required. Shanghai is doing that. I'm not sure about all the details. You can go to attractionsmagazine.com to see all the details. We posted articles about Shanghai and Six Flags. I haven't gotten a chance to memorize every detail yet, but you can always go check that out over there.
How dare you not have memorized every detail?
I mean, so much is going out all at once these days. It's hard to keep track of things. Like, I didn't even know about Six Flags until this morning, and we posted about it yesterday.
You know what? I didn't know about any of it. So.
I was spending today getting to interview Bill Farmer.
Oh, lucky you.
Well, it wasn't. So for those who don't know, Bill Farmer, of course, Disney legend, voice of Goofy and Pluto. He was doing a roundtable conference call with us and a few other outlets around the country to promote his new Disney Plus show, It's a Dog's Life. So it was a bunch of us on the call all at the same time. I got to ask 2 questions, and we're going to play it on the podcast this Sunday and Monday if you want to hear it. But hopefully, maybe sometime we'll get to have him to himself. Maybe we can try and get him on here.
Maybe. Maybe.
Isn't Hollywood Studios set in the 20s? There was a pandemic back then too. It's the 40s, right?
40s.
Citizens are 1947. The 1947 Citizen Hollywood competition.
And like prime time, I would think is like 1950s. So it's like
it's weird. Hollywood. Well, no, because then the Tower of Terror takes place in 1939.
Well, the accident happened in 1939, and you're there after that, so it's in
right. Well, it can still be the
40s.
That's
true. Okay.
But at the same time, all of that decaying and cobwebs couldn't have shown up in just like 7 years. That's a lot of. I think Tower is set in your current time, but when you're in the streets, you're supposedly in the 40s. I think.
40s. Yeah,
because across the street it's the 50s over at 50s prime time. You know,
studios are just a mess when it comes to time periods.
Yeah. Well, because then you have right above by prime time at the other with the character dining. You have like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You have Roger where he busted through the window.
Right.
So like, and that movie came out in the 80s, but it takes place in what year does that take? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
It reminds me of what you would say if you were asked what. Hi.
You say hi. Hi. What are you being shy for?
I'm not talking.
You can talk. Get out of here.
But I was just saying, that reminds me of, you know, when you go to the Wizarding World and they're like, what book is this set in? And you know what they tell you to say?
What's that?
Wizarding World of Harry Potter is timeless. So that's what it reminds me of. We're like, what's Hollywood Studios set in?
It's timeless.
Timeless.
That's why when you take the Hogwarts Express, you could go back to the you used to be able to go back to the Triwizard Tournament, but now that's not there anymore. So now that plot hole's gone. Hey.
Oh, we love those.
Oh my God, there's another one. Hello, Oliver.
Hi,
This guy needs a haircut.
Me too. I have lava.
Maybe Spencer should give him a haircut.
Yeah, and take him back to the barber shop.
Yeah, and my back hurts super long, so I do need a haircut.
Yeah. The kids are getting restless.
It's been 51 days since the parks closed, and I can still smell all the churros. The plates have constantly been used.
Rodney, comment went away. Where'd it go? Too many comments. I can't get through them all.
I didn't take the comment, I swear.
No, Rodney, the Pixie Hollow we were supposed to get was supposed to be as big as Storybook Circus is right now. Like, it wasn't just a meet and greet. It was massive. It had a giant tree. The Pixie Hollow tree was the centerpiece of the land.
Oh, wow.
It's fine. I'll be bitter about this for the rest of my life, and then I'll get over it.
Hey, here in Jersey, we've got Great Adventure, aka Six Flags. Yes,
I've been there twice. I think 3 times.
Once, maybe.
My home Six Flags parks were Six Flags Over Texas and Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Yes, so if y'all didn't know, Robert Rodriguez and Peyton Reed, directors for some episodes of season 2 of Mando. Excited about that.
Okay.
There's a good question. What are we doing to keep from going stir crazy?
I have binge watched Feud, the Betty Davis and Joan Crawford story for the 1,000th time, numerous times, and I'm re-binge watching it with a friend. We like FaceTime each other, and then I hold my phone up to the TV screen and we watch it together. I binge watch Hollywood on Netflix, and I'm started to binge watch it again.
Is that the one with Darren Criss?
Oh, I don't know actor's name.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't know actors' names, but I know that it's a really good
we
show.
love Darren and Chris in this household. So
Darren
yes.
Chris is the best.
And then I've been making cosplays for MegaCon because MegaCon is still going on as of right now, and from June 4th to June 7th. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, we've been binge watching Disney Plus. So we watch all the pop culture episodes. I got some sneak peeks of the new Bill Farmer show, which is so cute. Y'all gonna love that. We're in the middle of a Simpsons we rewatch. I think we're on season 20 or 21 of Simpsons. And then I'm just playing a whole lot of Animal Crossing.
Same Animal Crossing a lot.
Oh, I forgot that you had. I need a friend request you because.
Okay.
Did you buy any turnips this week?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Because I had my turnip prices yesterday were $5.16, and I was
I
like,
can tell you my turnip prices. I can look after the shows. I can look right now. No. I'm playing Animal Crossing. Watching Euphoria.
Zendaya.
Watching other people on YouTube watch and react to Euphoria. And I became a certified makeup artist. I guess I had the time.
Nice.
Thought it was finally time to do that, so I became a certified makeup artist. And then I started a second certification. I've already completed one, and I'm about halfway through the second one.
Nice. Congrats. So limited release Country Bear Jamboree Wishables.
Yes! Please tell me they have Big Al. Please.
Yeah. I think so. If you know the Wishables, there's 4 of them in blind bags, and then 1 you can buy open bag, and you know what you're getting. I think Big Al's the open one that you get.
You know what? I pick him over Liver.
I don't know if Liver Lips is part of it. I have to go check.
They cut out my boy Liver Lips. How dare they? I demand a recount. I need answers. Justice for Liver Lips.
No.
Hashtagging.
Exactly what he deserved.
Jack, that was my daughter Spencer, by the way. My daughter Spencer and my son Oliver.
You're talking about my baby, huh?
Oh, and that's Ava's cat.
Her name
This
is
is my water bottle. Water. You're such a good child.
Excuse me.
I just saw a good question for
cat hair all over me.
What do you think the Fantastic Beasts area will look like at Epic Universe?
Here's the thing.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, no, take a seat, everyone. Here we go.
I don't like Fantastic Beasts. Like at all. And we all know this. We've been over this. Not a fan.
Please don't do it again.
I would like it to. I mean, they're in 1920s New York, right? Yeah.
The rumors are the land will be set in Paris, like the
second one that I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, most of the second one's in Paris.
I think it would be more fun. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna make it, 1920s Paris, whatever. That's just an excuse to have Paris,
right.
So I don't know how much wizarding stuff they're gonna have, aside from just Paris. And what I think would have been much more fun, because they already have New York and. What is it, San Francisco? Over in
yes,
that, and then they have the Wizarding World, but they already have that. So I think it would be really cool if they did something that they don't have in any of the parks, which is make it kind of like an Animal Kingdom, and make it for the beasts,
Well,
so that's a wild environment. If you watch the first movie, which is all I'm referencing because that's all I watched, the one where he goes in and he goes to tend to his animals or something.
Yeah, his little suitcase.
if it looked like the inside of his suitcase.
Okay.
I think that would be cool, and I think that would be the most different and draw in the most people because it's different from what they have.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to do that. They're going to do the, the easy 1920s Paris and then throw in like a wand shop.
Well, let me tell you, because there's updates to this and the rumor side of things. So all this information I got from Alicia Stella from Theme Park Stop, so go check her out. She is the forefront of rumors for Epic Universe. Initially, this land, 1920s Paris, Fantastic Beasts, the first part of the land would be out in the open, and then once you entered the regular Paris, and then once you entered the Wizarding World part of 1920s Paris, you would be going inside a huge show building, and the entire land would be indoors so that they can control the weather and have street shows without worrying about the rain.
Like the second half of Diagon Alley.
Exactly, like Nocturne Alley, but on a much bigger scale.
No, the other one. The other side.
And then the main attraction in there was rumored to be a street chase through Paris as you're trying to round up the beasts, basically, and helping Newt capture them. The secondary attraction was rumored to take place in the Paris version of their Ministry of Magic. And then there was supposed to be some theater shows and things like that. Right now, what we're hearing, or what Alicia says they're hearing, is that the Fantastic Beasts theme has been scrapped. Good. And they may be making it the Ministry of Magic that we know from the books.
Oh, here we go. Ava's excited.
So no Fantastic Beasts, just bringing in the Ministry of Magic from the Potter books, because that was rumored to go where Fear Factor is at Studios next to Diagon Alley.
Do that.
So, you see, all the input I have to this is literally you guys keep saying Paris, and all that comes to my mind is Perry holds the key to your heart. That's all the input I have. Anyway, continue.
Because I don't know how many people really actually care about American wizards,
Right.
Like, can anyone off the top of their head name like the like houses of the American school?
Thunderbird?
Yeah.
Because I know that because I was part of Thunderbird when I got sorted. Sydney just yelled from the other room that she can.
See, that's my point, though. Like, a lot of people can't. But everyone can go, oh, even Kat knows at least 2 of the Hogwarts houses, and she knows nothing about Harry Potter. even like literally anyone could be like, oh, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw,
Right.
I don't think a lot of people really care about the American version. So that's why I think they would, if they wanted to do Fantastic Beasts, I would focus more on the beasts and make it like a beastly kingdom. Because that's what drew people to that series was the beasts, even though
seeing all the different things.
Agreed. Direction. But I think it would be really smart for them to do the Ministry of Magic, because then they could do a ride based off the 7th movie.
Yeah.
When they,
But yeah, exactly. Once again, things are all rumors and hearsay. They could change again. We don't know. We'll find out.
My opinion.
Yeah.
That is not fact. It is very fiction and very much my own opinions. Maybe people disagree with me, and that's fine.
Big John thinks that Harmonious is a bust. I don't think so. I think Harmonious, the new nighttime show at Epcot, is still going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
They've already got 4 of the barges for it built already. So I think that's still going to happen for sure.
I did see a funny joke on Twitter that was like, wow, Epcot forever really is going to be forever.
Yeah, please no. Rodney wants to know if you have seen Prop Culture yet.
If not,
I haven't.
I want to watch the Pirates of the Caribbean episode that you mentioned, and I just haven't done it.
I want to see the Who Can Roger Rabbit one.
I can't blame them. Oh, I don't have time. I have time. I just haven't done it yet.
You'll be able to binge them quick. They're only 30 minutes each.
Okay.
The honestly, for me, the Pirates one is the weakest of the bunch. along with Chronicles of Narnia.
Wait, they had Chronicles of Narnia?
Yeah, they revisit the first Chronicles film. They bring the kids back and reunite them with their costumes.
That's my childhood right there. I don't know how many.
I have the books. My grandpa had the like actual like original books shoved up in a cabinet.
Oh yeah, I read them.
I have them.
Sydney just yelled from the other room that she hasn't seen the Chronicles episode yet. We'll have to watch that after we get off of here.
Read the books, watched the movie a million times.
Yeah, I wasn't attached to the movie.
Yeah.
So.
The more you're attached to the props or the movie of the props, the more you're gonna like the episode.
Right. Exactly. I think for me, the Chronicles episode features the best part of the Chronicles episode has nothing to do with the movie, but with the fact that they show in the background one of the ride vehicles from the old Bugs Land and California Adventure.
Oh, see, yeah, that's what you care about. So you're not gonna be like, oh, Turkish delight. I don't know.
Man, I have missed. I am sorry if I'm not getting to your everyone's questions. I'm trying to get through here.
Keep asking us questions. Interrogate us. Make Banks lose more. Ask him how many strollers he ate.
Are you eating your strollers today, Banks?
We're going to end this. Oh, let's see. Mark didn't even know Fantastic Beasts had anything to do with Harry Potter. Yeah, it's a prequel.
Exactly.
It's set in the 20s. It's got young Dumbledore in it.
Exactly. But you see my point.
Well, wait, what year does Harry Potter take place in?
90s, I believe.
80s.
I would not have guessed.
Harry was born in 1981.
1998. I think 98 was the Battle of Hogwarts.
It's about May 2nd, 1998 is the Battle of Hogwarts. Harry is born July 31st, 1980 or 1981. So
I can speed read. It's just every time I go through the chat here, it updates and goes to the bottom of the page, and I got to scroll back up. All right.
I see something about Bellatrix being mentioned. What?
Star Wars cruise ship. All right, so here's my hot take about this. For those, the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is like the 2-night, 3-day premium hotel experience themed to Star Wars. I think that's going to be cut. Period.
I heard a rumor that they already took money from the budget from that.
You might be right.
Because I know it's built, like you can see the building if on aerials, like the building's there is the shell of the building, but I think they may just cut it, period, and just leave that building sitting there empty. It's not the first time Disney will do that. They were supposed to build the Pop Century Legendary years ago, and they just abandoned it after 9/11 and the economy tanked, and they didn't do anything with that until Art of Animation in 2013. So I could see them just abandoning this Star Wars hotel because it's going to cost a lot of money to finish, and I don't know if they want to take the gamble of people spending thousands of dollars just to spend 2 nights there.
Because it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
No one's really going to have that much money to do that kind of experience versus like just buying a park ticket and being able to do Galaxy's Edge.
Right. Space 220 will not be cut. That restaurant is finished. They're still like the interior from what last I heard is pretty much finished. It was supposed to open in February, but I think they're still working a few things, I think, on the video screen. But I guarantee you that one will still open, probably later this year.
Thank goodness the Regal Eagle already opened.
Yes.
I'm scared for Tiana's restaurant at Wilderness. If they don't open Tiana's restaurant, I'm out.
Which one is that?
At Wilderness. They were gonna do Tiana's restaurant there.
At Fort Wilderness or Wilderness
I
Lodge?
didn't even know that.
I think at Wilderness Lodge or Sport. One of the things they can't like somewhere they were building Tiana's restaurant. That was a thing that was like announced or like that was rumored.
I think you might be right about the area. I think it's part of that new DVC they're building, like the lakeside or the.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
because the whole lobby, that whole theme is supposed to be Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, and Tiana was supposed to finally get her restaurant after 10 years.
Well, I mean, I don't think they've started any vertical construction on that hotel, so that could be delayed.
True. Or completely canceled.
Reflections, that's the name of it. Yes, Reflections.
Cool. She just deserves her restaurant, man. It's been 10 years.
She does have Tiana's Palace on one of the cruise ships.
Yes, but that's on a cruise ship.
The
thing is, I'm not on the cruise ship. So I want a restaurant for me.
The only boat I've been on are the little speedboats, and I've nearly tipped it over before and knocked my friend into the water. Those are the only boats I've been on.
This is a good suggestion. Emperor's New Groove restaurant in Asia. But wait, that wouldn't make sense because Emperor's New Groove takes place in South America.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Put it anywhere. I don't care. I want that. I want the restaurant in the scene where Yzma and Kuzco are walking through the revolving doors with Kronk cooking, and they're walking through and they each keep missing each other, asking for certain things on their food. I want that restaurant.
There should be a waterfall in the center of the restaurant.
And then they need to have that one waitress as a walk-around character, the redheaded one. That was just that's it. Yeah. That's what I want.
Sydney yelled something to Ava. I couldn't make out what she said.
Wait for the delay.
I'm waiting for the delay. Sydney, what did you...
Here she comes.
I wholeheartedly agree about that Emperor's New Groove restaurant with the rotation thing.
There you go.
Like, absolutely needs to happen.
I know what the people want.
Let's see. Yeah, guys, we still got about 15 minutes, so if you got any more questions, let us hear them. Let me go back up and see if I missed any. Brian, we think about the Disney Wish? Probably. I mean, it's still that ship's still under construction, so it's still probably going to happen. The other two ships, though, I don't know if those are under construction yet or not, so I'm not sure what might happen with them. But I think the Disney Wish will still happen.
Interrogate us. Ask us all the questions. We're not scared.
Yeah, Steve, I wish they did walk around droids too. I don't think they're going to do that anymore now. The rumors were they were going to try and bring it back, but after all this, I don't think that's going to happen now. Okay, Mark, good question. Don't think of all the closures right now, but just think, what is your number one favorite theme park in the United States right now?
But that's a theme park ride.
Oh, theme park ride. Okay, I missed that word. Yes, theme park ride in the U.S. right now. Hagrid for Ava.
I mean, I might be a little biased.
Cat's thinking. For me, Cat's thinking. For me, it's Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance, followed very minusculely close by Tower of Terror.
Can I narrow it down by park?
No, you got to pick one.
No, because then you narrow it down by park. Then I would also say Rise of the Resistance.
This is like choosing my children.
Well, you don't ride anything in Disney.
I do ride stuff in Disney. There's Space, there's Big Thunder, there's Expedition Everest, there's Dinosaur, there's other ride. Spaceship Earth. But I take I take a nap on it. Then there's
Did you really ride Spaceship Earth if you didn't take a nap on it?
I mean, unless you're listening to Dame Judi Dench, then you're correct to listen to her because she's a queen. But
No, she lost that right after being in Cats.
Leave her alone.
I love her. She's great.
Sydney, I'll get to him tonight.
Sydney, you can ask me the same question because I have not done mine in a while either.
I'm not allowed to touch the ditches after I've broken them quite a few times.
Michael, so far the only thing officially confirmed is Shanghai on Monday, May 11th. That's all we know. So everything you hear is speculation. We just don't know. We don't know when Disney's going to open up here.
I see someone, Brian mentioned about who he wants casted for
the live action Hercules.
Yep.
And
he says Zendaya. He
no,
wants Zendaya.
I don't want Chris Pratt as Hercules. No.
If Zendaya were Meg, I would cry.
I've heard her name thrown around. I've heard Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I actually never see the movie if they cast Ariana Grande as Meg.
Just because she sang a song from the movie on that sing-along special, now people want her to play Meg.
They should have the girl that played Jade.
I think Elizabeth Gillies would be better Meg. She's the one who played Jade in Victorious, and she's on the show Dynasty on the CW.
Okay.
She would be really, really good for it. Because she sings more like her also. Like, I don't like Ariana Grande in general, and I think she would make a really bad Meg. So I hate that casting. I would not. I say Elizabeth Gillies or Zendaya, because Zendaya could play any role she wants.
Or they can cast me as Megra, and I would be completely fine with that.
No one other than Danny DeVito is allowed to play.
Exactly. Phil. No, I will not see it if he's not
if
Phil.
He's not in it, I'm not seeing it.
Jeff Goldblum is Hades.
I've seen that, and I've also seen was it Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
I think either one would be really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. John Goodman is Zeus. I could see that.
Pain and Panic as John Mulaney and Bill Hader is one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my entire life.
I think that would be perfect.
Who should be the muses?
I know Amber Riley has said she wants to be one of them.
Yeah.
I think they should hire the Braxton sisters. Like Toni Braxton and her sisters. Because there's 5 of them. They all can sing. And they literally all look like the muses. Simple. Or put Anika Noni Rose in there. Anika Noni Rose needs to be in there. Because she is a queen.
Rumors that they were thinking of Tom Holland for Hercules. And as much as I love Tom Holland,
no,
absolutely not.
Hold on. Sydney came barging in here because there's a delay, and Hercules is like her favorite animated film, and she has issues. What are your issues?
Please come tell us.
You guys have amazing casting, and I'm okay with that, except for John Goodman. He would make a horrible Zeus.
Oh, come on.
No, he really would. He would make an awful Zeus.
I don't know enough about him.
My only thing is that Disney has a tendency to change a lot of the live actions from the animated classics. And my only thing is that if they do, I want them to put the original 9 muses instead of just the stupid 5 that they had, because I had issues with that in the animated version.
That's a good idea.
Here we go.
Because there are 5 muses, there are 9.
I like when the live actions change things, but for the better.
Right. Make it more like accurate to like the mythology.
More accurate and make it more modern and like.
Rodney wants to know favorite snack food of choice for the quarantine.
Ice cream. Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
We've been in a lot of junk food. For me, I've been like gorging on Cheetos for some weird reason. Like I've been addicted to those.
And they're all over the floor because he doesn't know how to keep them out of Oliver's reach.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, pasta. I guess.
Pasta, nice.
Mint.
Let's see. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah. I just don't like her music, and I think she is overhyped.
Oh,
Ariana Grande?
Yeah. Matthew Morrison.
For Hercules?
For Herc.
I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I would like them to cast someone who's Greek to play Hercules.
I think Matthew Morrison would make a great Hermes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got
Hermes is one of my favorite characters in that movie, honestly. He might not be there a lot, but he's great when he's there. Yeah, I feel like they should cast, you know, some Greek actors and actresses.
My cousin's from Greece. I could be like, hey, you know any Greek actors?
So the Katie has a good question, and this may take up the rest of our stream. So Ava and Kat, I'll let you go with this. What do you think would be perfect for the Wicked musical movie? The cast.
I don't watch musicals. I've never seen Wicked. So I'm out. I don't know anything. As long as Idina Menzel isn't a part of it, I guess.
I mean,
but I just don't like her.
I don't know. Obviously, I do want to say Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
I mean, they're the originals.
They're the originals, and that would be.
But they're also older now.
They're older, so I don't know if that would really work.
Lea Michele and Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell, yes. Lea Michele, I don't know about that one.
Lea Michele has played in Glee. She played Idina Menzel's daughter.
Yeah, I know. I don't really like Lea Michele. Fine, I just don't like her that much.
Okay. First off, while you're thinking, Mark, this is a big nope in terms of Hercules. No.
Mario Lopez.
You know who they should get to play Meg?
Who?
Christy Carlson Romano.
I don't think, but that's the thing. I don't think she's big enough of a star. They're going to want to get someone like huge.
I think it's people who aren't. I think people who aren't stars. Also,
yeah, like me.
I want everyone to imagine what I just imagined, because that said Hercules Mario Lopez. My brain said George Lopez and not Mario Lopez. So I want y'all to imagine George Lopez as Hercules for just a minute.
I don't want to. Thank you.
I stand that idea. I think Danny DeVito should play every character. Danny DeVito has every character.
Danny DeVito.
There we go. On that note, let's do some shout outs, guys, and we'll wrap things up for the week. So first shout out to Sydney, Spencer, and Oliver.
Woo! Bye, guys.
Wait for the delay for the chat to catch up here.
Yes.
8-second delay.
It's like an 8-second delay. Interesting.
Yikes on ice on motorbikes with a head full of lice.
You add more as the situation gets more intense.
All right, here we go. Rodney, of course.
Rodney.
John.
Big John.
I'm just going to throw him up real quick.
Michael. Brian, I don't know him.
Brian,
James.
Never heard of him. James. Shout out to Buck, because she's right here.
Yeah, shout out to Buck. Shout out to Watery. Alyssa.
Claude. Bye, Katie.
Bye, Katie. Oh, come on. Don't kill me off.
Cool, Daddy.
I know who Donna Murphy is. I watched the live stream for theater.
Don't get me started on Jake Gyllenhaal in that performance, because he was fantastic.
Bye, Rina, Steve, and then Florida Joe.
All right, bye everyone. Stay tuned. Next week we're working on some fun things for next week. If things fall into the right place, we're gonna have a pretty cool guest next week. So fingers crossed on this, guys. That's all. This is all I can say.
And then I won't be dead to you.
Yes, Kat is working on this. It's all hers.
It's her redemption arc.
It's her redemption arc, exactly. So we'll see everyone next week. Have a safe week. Stay inside, stay safe, wear your masks if you have to go out, and have fun, everyone. Good night.
I call it an early night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oliver, you think that I should play Meg in the Hercules live action, don't you? Yeah, that's what Oliver thinks.
I want to be Meg.